All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining us today. If you would like, please feel free to introduce yourself in the chat and let us know what major you're thinking about pursuing so that our lovely panelists can know. And then Lori, would you like to start our introduction?
Sure. Welcome, students and faculty and advisors. We're happy to have you here at a Transfer Tuesday UH Mānoa Transfer Webinar Series. Really quickly, I'd like to introduce three of us. Amy McKee, who's our UH Mānoa EAA Specialist, who's assigned to Leeward. Jordan Luton, who's our Leeward Community College Online Counselor. And I'm Laurie, and I'm also a Leeward Community College Counselor. And we're delighted today because we have two very special guests. So they're from the beautiful UH Mānoa. Wendy Kawabata, who's a professor of art and associate chair from the representing the Art and Art History Department. And later we'll have Brittany Biggs, who's assistant professor of animation from UH Mānoa. So we will go ahead and get started. And before we do, I just going to have Amy speak a little bit about UH Mānoa.
Thanks so much, Lori. And mahalo to everybody for joining us today. We are so excited to have you here with us and excited to share some information about UH Mānoa. So some fun facts about UH Mānoa. This campus was founded in 1907 and is considered a land, sea, space, and sun grant institution. We offer over 100 undergraduate degrees for students to choose from, as well as many graduate and professional degrees, including law, medicine, business, education, social work, and engineering. We are the flagship campus in the University of Hawaii system and have the highly ranked Research 1 institution, an NCAA Division I school, and we strive towards being a native Hawaiian place of learning. If you are thinking about transferring to UH Mānoa within the next 1 to 2 years, we'd love for you to consider joining the EAA program. The EAA program is a partnership between UH Mānoa and the community colleges. And we have transfer specialists at each of the community colleges who can help students transfer smoothly and effectively to UH Mānoa. We also provide proactive academic advising. We waive the application fee and tuition deposit. You have the option to take UH Mānoa classes if you would like to. And we give students the ability to register early when they do start at Mānoa. This program is free to join and is open to any UH Community College student who has at least 24 transfer credits earned or in progress, at least a 2.0 GPA, and you must have at least one more semester remaining at your community college before transferring. So if you're interested in joining the program, please let me know in the chat and I'll go ahead and drop the link. And without further ado, we'll turn it over to our first speaker, Wendy Kawabata with the art department.
I muted myself. Okay, here we go. Thank you, Amy. So I'm going to use our website as the presentation today. This is a great opportunity to share with you guys. Our department website is not so easy navigable from the UH Mānoa homepage. So when I'm done sharing, I'll drop this link into the chat, hawaii.edu/art/. This is where everything about the department is accessible to the students. Everything from current news of what faculty and graduates of the program are going on to do in the community and beyond, to special events, which are virtual right now, Zoom talks organized by our gallery director, although our galleries and museums are open. So if you do come to the UH Mānoa campus, we have 2 galleries in the art department itself, in the art building. And then we also have the John Young Museum of Art, which is a little bit down the street, closer to the parking structure. And there's also people, this tab here, which if, say, you're looking up a class and it has the instructor's name and you don't really know much about them and you're curious, everyone who teaches here, both full-time and part-time, are listed here, as well as the staff, the people who help us run our facilities and work in the office. So just for example, here's my contact information. And if you click on this link here, you can see some of my work, a bio about me, and a link to my website. So you get a feel for who's behind the name on that registration page. If you click on that link here, people. There's also the Look tab, and this has an archive of our BFA exhibitions in both studio art and design, our MFA thesis exhibitions, MA art history theses. And so you can click on any of those links and you can see what past BFA graduates submitted for exhibition in the end of year capstone course. So you really can get a feel for what the possibilities are and the different mediums that we offer. So I definitely take a look at that. And that studio, and these are design students. So you get a feel for what the capstone project is if you're a BFA student in graphic design. So this tab here, degree programs, this tells about the different degrees that we offer. And we offer a BA degree in art history, and then we offer a BA degree in art studio. And that includes ceramics, drawing and painting, electronic arts, glass, graphic design, print media, which is digital imaging, digital arts, digital photography, darkroom photography, alternative process photography, printmaking, sculpture, and expanded practices. And expanded practices means that sculpture is a combination of sculpture processes, so things like bronze casting, metal casting, small scale sculpture, utilitarian sculpture, fiber, installation, sound art. It's sort of the expanded possibilities of different disciplines coming together. And if you are a BA student in studio, you can take courses in all of those areas. You have access to take them as part of your BA studio requirements. And as a BA student in art history, you also do take some studio courses, not quite as many though, 9 credits of studio instead of 24 credits of studio, as you see here. And then in addition to that, we have the BFA program. And the BFA Degree Program is it's designed for students who've really gotten excited about a particular medium or a particular direction. And so they want to pursue a more a deep dive into that, the processes and the ideas of their chosen media. So students apply to an area, so to focus in ceramics or to focus in drawing or printmaking, any of those areas that you see listed over here. And so it is an application process, so it's a portfolio submission that occurs every spring, only in the spring. So it's a really good idea, if that's something that you think you're interested in, to make an appointment with me, and we can look at what would be the best academic path so that you make progress toward applying to that. And your schedule is organized so that the requirements for that, you're getting ticked off in the most efficient way possible so that you're ready for that application to the BFA program. It is more credits. So it is a little more involved. You see it's 63 credits, a few more requirements, but like I said, if you work with me and you work with the advising center, we have a dual advising system here at UH Mānoa, meaning I'm responsible in the art department for handling everything that's related to studio art. And then the advising center, they see the bigger picture. They're able to look at your general education requirements, language requirements, focus requirements, and so on. And then we coordinate together so that we have a good dovetail plan for you to move through towards your degree. And we also have an art minor. The art minor is 21 credits, so 7 classes. And you don't have to declare your minor in advance, because sometimes people along the way say they're a major in ACM, or they're a major in education or business, but they also have this interest in art, so they keep taking classes, and then they realize, oh, I almost have a minor. So we leave that open for students to declare and get their minor certified all the way up till the semester before graduation. Let's see, a few other resources here on this main page, or on this degree program page. All the way down here, okay? We have schedule undergraduate advising. And when you click on that, you go to Star Balance, and if you log in, you can make an appointment with me. It shows up in my calendar, and you can schedule a 15-minute or a half-hour meeting with me to work out any questions that you have in regard to graduation, VA, available courses, all those kinds of things. Also, sorry, while this loads. It's going a little bit slow, so I'll just say our studio facilities, you know, anytime we have visiting, here we go, visiting artists, visiting lecturers come to our campus and to our building, they're always really impressed with the size of our space. Most of the time, we're able to offer BA students a studio space like the one you see right here to complete their capstone work. We have an environmentally efficient glass facility. There are very few glass programs in the United States at all, and we're one of the few, and we have really great relationships with graduate programs in glass around the country, and with the Pilchuck Center for Glass in Washington State, and we offer scholarships to attend Pilchuck. And we have a full fiber papermaking studio. We have full darkrooms for photography, which is also kind of rare, because when digital photography came about, a lot of universities got rid of their darkrooms, thinking that that was what they should do. They should switch over to digital. But with the advent of digital and the reduction in darkroom photography, came a real resurgence in fascination with traditional photography, and ways for traditional photography and digital photography to work together to create new art forms. So we're really lucky that our photo faculty had the foresight to retain the darkroom. Let's see, opportunities and resources here, real quick. And maybe if anybody has any questions when we get to a Q&A period about the department or about careers in art, I can provide some insight then. This is loading really slowly, probably because I'm on Zoom. Okay. But this is great right here. What can I do with this major? Career alternatives for art historians, some professional practice advice, links to scholarships that are available, links to Europe. We've really tried to make our website a complete resource for students. So I think if anybody has any questions right now, Amy, is that okay to open it up now, or did you want to wait?
Oh yeah, sure. I have a question actually to kind of get us started about the studio. I heard that some art classes do charge a course fee. Could you talk a little bit more about like what that is and what the course fee helps to pay for?
Yeah, they do charge a course fee, and it is entirely, let me see if I can find the course catalog. And that's a really good question to ask, because sometimes students are surprised at that. But so say you enroll in a glass class. And I'll just pull up class availability here. We're spring 21. Right now, just so you know, this is a really good thing to know. If a course just says, and then I'll answer that question. If a course says online only next to it here in class availability, that means it's not meeting in person. If a class says a classroom number and online, that means that it's a hybrid situation in small groups. And so with screen printing, you need the facilities so students come in small groups. But so say you sign up for intro to class or another class here. There's a fee associated with that, and the fees are determined by the faculty. So they're not the same for every class. So for intro to drawing, the fee is not that high. And I'm sorry, I don't remember what the fees are right now. But the fee to take the glass class be a bit higher than the intro to drawing class. And that's because of the amount of resources that it uses. So a lot is supplied for you in terms of the tools needed and the glass to work with to complete the projects. Same with intro to ceramics. The clay is provided. In intro to drawing, we provide charcoal and ink and brushes and a few different kinds of charcoal. And so they go they go entirely for providing you with materials to work with in the class. And say in the case of Introduction to Life Drawing, that has a live model that you draw from. And so they go to reimburse the life model for their time. And so it does depend on what course you take, but the fee does come back directly to you, the student.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions I can answer for you?
I don't see any questions in the chat or Q&A session yet. I did have a couple, just if students are looking to double major, do you see any, common pairings with the art?
Yeah, often psychology and well, there's overlap with architecture for sure, and business. Often students I have a number of students right now who are pursuing photojournalism. We don't have a direct photojournalism track, but the combination of the photo courses and then the skill set that is learned in business sets them up for pursuing the professional path of photojournalism. Yeah, those are typically, and ACM for sure. I have a lot of students excited about ACM.
And if students want to major in any of these bachelor's degrees, do they need to apply specifically to the programs, or can they just declare?
They can just declare for the BA degree in art history or art studio. You just declare your major, and then the first person you're probably going to interact with here in the department is me, and you can set up an advising appointment with me so we can put together a plan. I can answer any questions for you. And then the BFA degree is a portfolio review process. So last Friday, we just, that was a deadline to turn in applications for the BFA program. And then the actual review will be conducted by faculty over the course of the next 2 weeks. And we make sure that students know if they've been admitted before registration starts so that they can make the right plan for the next semester.
And I apologize if this was asked earlier, but how many students tend to apply for the BFA each year? And then how many spots do you have open?
So for graphic design is the most popular, and it's also the most competitive. And they can have anywhere from 18 to 30 applicants for the BFA. And they accept, I want to say 12. And that's based on the actual space in the classroom, the cohort. And, you know, as soon as I said that, I realized that's not quite true because, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13. They accept 13, and they accept 13 every year. And for studio art, it varies. The last few years, it's been usually around 40 applicants throughout studio art. That one close, sorry. This year, because I think it's because of the pandemic and things are not on campus, so that buzz about it, because part of, you know, people getting excited about the BFA is like being in the classroom with people, you get to know them, you take some classes, and you get excited about it together. So applications were down this year to 12 applicants. And I really think that that's because of the pandemic. That's never happened. We typically have, and so I'm sure that that will go up. We don't have a set number of people that we accept into the BFA for studio art because we really want to keep it about, you know, we don't have a space limitation necessarily, and we want to keep it about, you know, more personal in terms of, if a student deserves to be in the BFA, they're not kept out of it because of a number. They can take that on and pursue it. So this year we have, right now, our senior class, that capstone class, is like 32 students, which is quite high. It's usually closer to between like 18 and 24. But we had a enthusiastic and talented group. Yeah, and that is the one experience that BFA students in studio art all have together. So it's a capstone course that takes place in the spring, and all of the students work toward creating a body of work for exhibition in the main gallery. Now, right now don't have it in the main gallery, it's online. But they learn a lot about professional practice, documenting their work, coordinating exhibition space, how to install their work physically into a space to take it that next level from being done in terms of finished as it is, and then really being done and presentable with a statement in the gallery. And the students participate in gallery walkthroughs and talks. And there are a number of awards that take place. Fish Cake comes and offers an award. Hawaii State Art Museum offers an award. So while it's not juried, it's very high profile in terms of the Honolulu art community.
Sounds like a great opportunity for students to really kind of pull things together and and practice some real skills, right? That's awesome.
Real skills, yeah. And our students typically go on to strong graduate programs in the US and abroad as well.
Mm-hmm. Can you talk about, kind of just bouncing right off of that, can you talk about some of the things that your graduates are doing these days?
Sure, yeah. Excuse me. I think I would start with Kent Nishimura. And maybe I need to Google very quickly for you because Kent Nishimura, photography. Kent got his BFA in photography here at UH Mānoa. And he started out as a photographer for Kaleo on campus. And the Star Advertiser noticed him and offered him an internship with the Star Advertiser. And from that, the LA Times noticed him. And after graduation, he moved to Los Angeles and became a photographer for the LA Times. And since then, he has really excelled. He has done photography for, say, Kanye West and Coachella. He's done profile photography for numerous celebrities that I'm not seeing here, but and as you see here, he's also started to work with the New York Times, and he covered the California wildfires, and most recently he was at working present at the January 6th siege of the US Capitol. So a lot of the photography that you saw that came out from that tragic day was captured by Kent. And since then, he has been relocated so that he's now the Washington, DC lead photographer for the LA Times, which is pretty fantastic. Really proud of Kent. Jessica, why am I blanking on her name? Jessica Beck. Well, she took on a different name, but she got her BFA here at UH Mānoa, and then she was accepted into the prestigious Academy of Art, New York Academy of Art in New York City, and on an anatomy track, and she's now a tenure track professor at Portland Community College. Michael Hangman is an assistant professor at Western Montana University. Roxy Chazell and Matt Ortiz have a business that called Wooden Wave. They've done murals. They did a mural for the Smithsonian. They did a mural for REI. They have, they participate every year in the Kaka'ako mural powwow event. But they have a business. They've done collaborations with Patagonia. Oh, nothing there. They've done collaborations with Patagonia, and they've done collaborations with, I'm blanking on the sandal company, local sandal company with the hook. Totally. I'm sure. Yes. Yeah. Okay. They have lines of hats and shirts, and they do graphic design for all around Honolulu. There's also Ara Lelo, who I will bring up right here because she teaches part-time with the university, but she's also the founder of Flux Magazine. If any of you have seen Flux Magazine at the checkout at your local grocery store, she's the founder of that. She also works with the Hawaii International Film Festival. has done projects for Hawaiian Airlines. She's, I'd say, a mover and a shaker for sure. So we've had students who, you know, the interesting thing, I think, with a degree in studio art is that it's a combination of two kinds of a degree, in that there's real, and I would say the same for ACM, that there's real technical skills to be learned, and you can really fill your toolbox with a lot of practical skills, you know, both computer, rendering, sculpting, all those different things, the history of art. At the same time, it's an education in terms of really giving you a foundation to go out and be entrepreneurial. So we have we have grads teaching at Moanalua High School and Kamehameha Middle School and Le Jardin Academy. Pretty much every school here on Oahu is someone who came through as a BFA grad. The registrar for the Honolulu Museum of Art is one of our graduates, Brady Evans. He did his BFA in drawing and did an honors project as well. And he is also a cartoonist. So, and this is the last brag I'll do. Brady Evans is, he's done curation and he has his own line. So if you ever go to, say, KawaiiCon or any other comic event, he's published numerous graphic novels and artworks. So not only does he have his fantastic day job at the museum, he's been consistently developing a career as a recognized manga artist.
Wow, that's awesome. It's so varied what folks are doing, and they're getting experiences on the mainland and coming back and doing all sorts of cool stuff.
Yeah, you know, I always tell students, because it can be hard. You know, I remember when I wanted to go into art, and my parents were a little nervous about that. And, you know, now they're really happy. They're so glad that I pursued what I wanted, and anything that you pursue is going to give you challenges. But, you know, if you're committed and you're interested and you're enthusiastic, it happens. We see it happen all the time with our students. So I'll stop share.
Thank you, Wendy. It's always nice to have someone walk through the website. I mean, especially during these virtual times. So thank you for that. And we really appreciate hearing stories, you know, the personal stories of where your graduates are from. I just wish every college and department had a "Where Are They Now?" I think of that VH1 in the 80s. You know, you can see where these musicians are. So it's really good to know. And we're the arts, humanities, theater, dance, like so important, especially during these times. So we really do want to share the gems that we have.
Thank you so much to our students and faculty for joining us today for our Transfer Tuesday webinar. Please join us again at the end of the month, March 30th, where we'll be having the journalism department as well as communicology department talk with us about their majors. Hope everybody has a great day. Aloha.
Great. Aloha.
Thank you.